Welcome back to AWD, Arm Wrestling Dom. Of course, I'm Dom, and here it's all things arm wrestling. So, a lot going on. Of course, we got the WAL 506 this Wednesday. Before I forget, hit the like, subscribe button, and the bell for notifications, because you're not going to want to miss next week's episode. We got Dalton Bumgardner, ranked number 7, 154, left hand. And we have Roman Gromov, ranked number 2, 154, left hand in the nation. Both guys ranked in the top 10 in the nation. They're going to be on next week's episode. We're going to have a three-way conversation. Both will have a nice, friendly chat. But you're not going to want to miss. So hit the like, subscribe button, and the bell for notifications. This episode, we got some cool content. We're going to see this guy break some records. And we're also going to look at a super match between Dominic Candelaria and James Polanco. James Polanco out of West Texas and Dominic out of New Mexico. Let's jump into it. Okay, before I start the video, I just want to give you guys some information on who this guy is. His name is James Rederides. For you older guys, you're probably familiar with the name. He was is a 3-time national champion back in the early 2000s in regards to arm wrestling in 3 different weight classes, 187, 198, and 220. James, he's also the author of Strong Arm Tactics. You can get the ebook on Amazon for like $2.99. But this guy is a straight technician when it comes to just strength and power. When you go to his YouTube, aka Professor Crowbar, and Instagram, same thing, you'll see just dozens and dozens of videos uploaded on him just doing crazy strength contests like this, or just in his backyard at his house, just constantly getting stronger every day. Very, very impressive. He actually right here is setting the world record for a lever top lift, is the name of the exercise that he's about to do. He sets it at a 111.04 pounds, which smashes the previous record of 103.88 pounds. Very cool. Check it out.
Come on, James. Right, one, down.
All right, super match. Best of 5, both arms, lightweight. This coming Saturday, September 28, 2019, at Backyard Brawls in El Paso, Texas, hosted by Marc Perez in the West Texas Arm Sports. So again, we got James Polanco out of Texas and Dominic Candelaria, out of New Mexico. They're going to be probably right at 176. I'm hoping Dominic is putting on the weight, putting on the muscle, and I hope to see him nice and lean at 176. I know James has been at the 176-pound class the last couple of years. Dominic, in the recent years prior, has been at a lower weight, I think at the 55s. So I'm hoping to see him just swole. So both these guys are top rollers. James more so than Dominic. Dominic is a top roller, but he's also got some inside power as well. Dominic is favored to win this matchup, mostly due to years of experience. James has been arm wrestling since 2017. I think Dominic is probably at least 4 or 5 years. So he definitely has the upper advantage and probably is favored to win in a lot of people's opinions. Looking into 2 recent tournaments in 2019, the West Texas Arm Sports Lubbock Grip and Rip Arm Fights. In the open left, 155, 176, you can see towards the top, Dominic takes the victory over James in the left hand, and then we don't see James in the right hand there. Later on earlier this year, in the West Texas Regional Championships, we see Dominic take the open right in 176, third place. And then we see a surprise win over Julian in the open left, 155, 176. And then even more surprising, they match up again, basically bump up a weight from 156 to 198. And Dominic takes a victory over Brian Sanchez. And from what I've heard, that was an impressive victory. Dominic is New Mexico's fastest rising star. I'm not really sure what his training regimen is over in New Mexico. I'm sure he's on the table consistently. You got to be placing in the top 3 consistently. So what I have found leads me to believe that he's going to be ready for this Saturday. Now, looking at James's resume, recent history in the tournaments, again, we see at the West Texas Armed Sports Lubbock Grip and Ritz, again, Dominic takes the victory over James. That's the recent matchup that they had in the beginning of this year. Then looking at the New Mexico Games arm wrestling, we don't see Dominic competing in this tournament because all we see is James Polanco placing second in the open left and third in the open right. So not sure if he was there, but I did find a few videos, or one particular video in 2018 of James beating Dominic in the left hand. And then I went back further to look at the results. In that video, Dom had been competing in the 155-pound weight division, whereas James had been competing in the 176. So he probably had 20 pounds on him in that video, and it still looked relatively close. So going back to what I said earlier, both of them will probably be much more leaner and bigger, sitting right at that 176-pound weight class. So my predictions, overall predictions, they're doing a best of 5, both arms. I'm going to give Dominic the victory in the left hand with a 4-1 overall win. And then I'm going to, for some reason, I'm having this sensation, this feeling that James will take the right hand with a 3-2 overall win. He's a young gun. He's got nothing to lose. He's also training with the West Texas boys. Freddie Sanchez and Marc Perez. They got a good group of guys down there. And hopefully I'll see you guys later on in December. But that's my predictions. And until next time, pull hard.